Hi guys, this is PJ and today we're doing sex with a Leo. Okay, so Leo is all about the sun. And the sun is the leader. If you notice, like in your planets, everybody revolves around the sun, right? That's pretty much a Leo. Everybody needs to revolve around them. A lot of Leos go into some sort of theater, or if you notice, like a lot of singers, this and that, it's because they crave that attention. So Leos with sex is about attention, but it's certain kinds of attention, and the men and the women are so different. And I actually had to really research on this one, like go a little farther than I did on some of the others, because I was very confused. Because what I normally would have thought of as Leo energy was not coming out as Leo energy. It was coming out as the opposite of what I was reading. So finally I called my girlfriend who actually sleeps with a Leo. And I said, I'm getting this wrong because this is so different than if I was doing their sun sign or in a natal chart or whatever. And she said, no, you're not, because there's a real dichotomy with them. And there is. It's almost... Okay, it has to do with male and female. So let's do male first. Male Leos are perfectly fine by themselves. They're perfectly fine. Like, they have an independence with them. They usually don't marry until later in life. And being young, they have no problems running through women. And I don't mean like they're philanderers. They'll be completely honest about it. But they can go from one woman to the next woman to the next because they're trying to find their perfect match. And in their perfect match, it'll be like somebody who adores them, because they need that direct attention from a woman. This is straight guy. And this is this is gay guys too. Like if you have a Leo male, they need the attention. You must revolve around them, or at least perceive to revolve around them to be a good sexual partner with them. They want the accolades. But what that does to them, and this is where the dichotomy comes in, they will do anything to satisfy you, because what they want to hear is how great they were. Like a male Leo needs the applause. They need that. And if you don't have that, they really don't have time to keep looking for it. They're not begging for attention. They just assume it. They assume it to themselves. Females need to hear it. Females can have an insecurity about them with sex that they want to make sure, because again, things need to revolve around them, but in a different way. If you don't give them a male Leo doesn't need to hear it. They know it because they're going to go above and beyond to make sure you're satisfied, however it takes, because they know they're the best. A female, even though she'll do the same thing, she will need to hear it. So that's the difference between the male and female, which is what I was getting. They're a super strong, fiery, passionate sign. They're bright as the sun. They're bright-minded. They're witty, and they're your singers, your actors, your actresses. They have a flair of the dramatics. They can bring that to the bedroom, which is amazing. They're the type that will rent the Arabian horse to ride naked on the beach with. Like, that is that flair of drama. With that being said, they love mirror sex. Anything where there's a mirror there, they usually take care of their body. And being sunburned or suntanned is like a turn on to them. So they like that tawny, bronzy skin. They are sun goddesses, like that gods. They love that look. It rules the heart. Okay, so older ones want to be careful with the Viagra, because heart is also where, if there's something wrong, that's where it'll land. They are beautiful. They usually have very thick hair that's blown back, very kind of like, just think of the sun. They look like the sun. They shine. They walk in a room and shine. Okay, so yes, on toys, pretty much anything you like, golden showers, toys, that kind of thing, but they would be the ones doing it, not getting it. So they usually are tops, not always, but usually, and they love a good bottom, okay, because they want that kind of adoration. They can get very some of them can get and remember, anything I say, it can be the opposite too, because sometimes when your chart, like I had a friend of mine whose chart, she was she was a Libra, but she was Aries, no, she was Scorpio rising, and she had like 4 planets in Aries, and you hardly saw the Libra. So when I say this, it's not going to be everybody, but it's going to be a lot. And a lot of times, if things go wrong in their life, that energy can be inside out. It's really bad if you're raising a Leo. Do not take away their heart, because it's real. Their egos bruise easily, especially the females. Okay, they live by females can live by what other people think of them. Although they're rulers, they rule. On their bed is their throne. Females, their bed is their throne. Males, sometimes they have a desk, but otherwise the bed's their throne. They're more likely to have mirrors around their room. They're more likely to have any kind of toy, because they want to make sure whoever's with them walks out of there and says, that was the best sex I ever had. And they will make sure it's the best sex. They're really good in bed. They tend to be sexy, tall, thin. Like I said, brown or bronze skin is even if they're light, they'll probably self-tan or something. They like that kind of sun-kissed skin. They can get locked into like fetishes really easily, because in a fetish, there's an adoration, right? So if like a foot fetish is just that you adore feet, and that adoration is kind of the center goal of it, and what you want is that adoration to be you if that's your lover, right? So but they can get locked into fetishes, and you'd have to like literally try and break them out. They're like the one people that can, well, not one, Scorpio can get locked into fetishes too really easily. I mean, everybody can, but they're more likely, I'm just saying. Males will like strip clubs and anything visual. They're very visual. Strip clubs, being filmed. They'll want a film of you and them together. Like they love that kind of, let's look later, film, photography. Gay, same thing, film, photography. Gay males want twinks. Gay females want younger women, or want like Barbies. Okay, there's going to be a need to be the top is kind of really big with them. Bondage, yes. S&M, yes, and you have to be careful because they're the ones that can go a little deep there. So make sure you have your safe word. Males, groveling, begging, schoolgirls outfits. Think of how dominant they are. I mean, they're just a dominant sign altogether. But sometimes, remember, that can go inside out. A lot of people that are dominant in life want to be passive in sex. If you notice, that's where S&M and all that comes from, is that your life is usually so controlled. You want to let go of control. So but like I said, schoolgirls, cheerleader outfits, male, female threesomes, glory holes, sex on the beach, anywhere where the sex outside, anywhere where the light shines. And same with the women, except for women are going to be opposite. They want swarthy men. They want really strong men to control, men that can push them around a little bit. They don't want to be hurt, don't get me wrong, but they like a super strong man. Body hair is good for a woman. Also male, female, female threesomes for a woman. Usually it's the opposite, but it's the same. I told you this is a weird one. It's not weird. It's just, it was hard for me to figure out because so many of the things between men and women, usually men and women, it's the same but opposite. But with this, it wasn't. It was like the same but same, and then the same, especially with the identity part was the hardest part for me, because I noticed that Leo women are like so strong. They're so, like, Leo women are so much more likely to like be rulers, but when it comes to like their looks or the job they're doing, they need to hear it. Leo men assume it. They're like, they don't need to hear it. They don't care. If they're alone, they think they're doing great. Gay males are more likely to want cowboys and twinks, smaller guys, Asian guys, like people that are smaller than them. They would like bathhouses, even though eventually they're going to pull you outside and want to go out where the sun shines. Sex outdoors is so important. The sun has to hit them. It just gives them more power. They're going to be really good. Oh, staying power for both sexes, all the sexes. Staying power. They get such a kick out of lasting longer than anybody you ever had sex with before. Because again, it's the performance. It's like a performance. Like, do you get it? It's like, if somebody was watching this, what would they think? That's how their mind thinks. What was my performance? It's just the way it is. Again, groveling, threesomes, tying up is big. I'm going gay and male at this point. No, it would be gay and female too. For female gays, they're going to want Barbie spinners, the little girls. They're going to want threesomes with another female. They're going to want to be like kind of the ruler in the room. Toys are great. Things like simians and all that, great. If it's something that, and especially if they can film it. Anything unusual, squirting, they're gonna like. Anything unusual that they caused. Do you get it? They're also very casual sex that you can throw away, that finding somebody in a locker room and doing them, perfect. You know, like anything along that. Not so much hookers though. They're not that big into like that kind of thing. Or even porn for that matter, if they're not in it or somebody that looks like them isn't in it. And all of the different sexes would love a transsexual. And I'll tell you why, because there's an element of acting to it. Do you get what I mean? Like they're something, but they're like, or they were acting as what their gender was originally, that kind of thing. So transgender, transsexuals, cross-dressing, all that in a Leo's kit on all sides. Ultimately, what Leos want is to be in love, but they can only love somebody who they think adores them more, almost, or not more, but at least as much. With Leo males, they tend to be solitary. Just think of a lion. It's a solitary beast, but then they have a harem. They can act like that. Straight Leo males can act like that until they're in their 40s. After, and I know that's like, oh my God, who wants to wait that long? But they tend to go for younger women, so it really doesn't hurt anything, like in the way of having a family or whatnot. They don't really want a big family. They would rather put their attention to the one, okay? So they usually don't have great big families either, Leos. On the other side, Leo females also can be alone, be independent, all that, but they do feel the need to have cubs. They are the female lioness. They're the ruler of the lionesses. I mean, they really are, but they do kind of want that man by their side if they're straight, or that woman by their side if they're gay. But what they want is, they want the same things that a Leo man wants, just earlier in life. So they're going to look to be a little earlier in like hooking up with their lifetime partner, because they're going to think of a family at that point. So that's what you have as the difference between the two. But basically, all of them love to be on the stage, whether it's just the stage of two or it's the big stage. They want to perform well. And that's what you get. They will do anything for you. If you like getting your toes licked, they're going to lick your toes. Ass play, all that, everything's good with them because all they really want is for you to think they were amazing. So it's a great thing. And because they do casual sex well, you can, if you just want the experience, go for it. They're really good at it. All right, guys, that is Sex with a Leo. I hope I gave you enough information. This one was a toughie for me. I got to be honest. It just didn't add up in my brain. But we got there. I love you. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, a thumbs down if you hate it. Either way, you watched it. Manifest something wonderful in your life. If you know it, think and believe it, you can have it too. Like sex with a beautiful, handsome, lovely, wonderful sex goddess. Strong, powerful, female, male, doesn't matter. The sun rules them. They're just like, they can either burn you or they can tan you. They can make you feel wonderful and alive. Yeah, go have sex with a Leo. It sounds like a really good idea to me. Bye.